s1MPLE's team will sign a trio, ZywOo's worst tournament ever, Aurora roster news, Donk in tears, first major of 2026 revealed, and the Iem Cologne Grand Finals. Hello there friends, you're watching CS2 News Hub. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. We shall kick off today's video with some good news. XANTARES is officially back in Aurora. We mentioned earlier that he missed Iem Cologne due to personal reasons, where he was temporarily replaced by xFloud. Also, the team pulled out of Blast Open London, and many assumed it was because XANTARES was still unavailable, but now he's finally back in the lineup, and with him on board, Aurora should be aiming much higher. All that's left is to see how they will perform at the upcoming events. But well, my friends, not a single day goes by without the new rumors surrounding s1MPLE's new team. In our previous video, we already mentioned that BCG is planning to replace Sasanito soon, but now Overdrive shared a new insight. According to Team Spirit Scout, BCG are currently in talks to buy out a rifler trio from some existing roster to complete their current lineup. You know, to get higher up the VRS, just like Falcons bought a trio from Heroic. Although Overdrive didn't say which team it might be, so let's try to figure it out ourselves. First team that comes to mind, Gamer Legion. They're not doing great right now, and they're clearly hunting for a new AWPer, but they've got 3 solid riflers on board, Raz, PR, and Dawson. Although that's sad, it's hard to imagine Ash letting them go, because if he didn't release PR to Falcons, there's no way he will send him to BCG. Next up is Heroic. They've sold players to Astralis previously, G2 and Falcons, and they're well known for their one-way transfer policy. Once a player leaves, there's no coming back and no refunds. But hey, it all depends on the money. They've already made close to $10 million just from transfers this and last year. So, you know, anything might happen. But here's the deal, Young Star might be teasing something. He recently posted that Shiro and Donk should win the Duo of the Year award, but then he added that maybe the real best duo of the year is him and s1MPLE. So again, buying out Heroic's trio might seem realistic. Another potential target is the rising squad of TNL. Under Kane's guidance, they broke into the HLTV top 30 and about to debut at Blast Bounty. And you know, it's a Ukrainian squad and Kane is a friend of s1MPLE, so maybe it could happen. And if none of those work out, there's always Bait or Passion UA, both known for developing young rifling talents that eventually gets picked up by bigger orgs, and they are also Ukrainians, which might help s1MPLE a lot. So, my friends, who do you think BCG will go after, and how would that affect their future results? Tell us in the comments below. Although, there's one thing, according to Thorin, s1MPLE's contract with BCG runs only until late October or something, so they don't have much time to build something serious. Hey guys, before we jump to the next news, let me just take a minute to tell you about our friends at ForceDrop. They're one of the oldest and most trusted case opening websites out there. These guys have been in the game for over 9 years. Whether you're into free cases, super cheap ones, or rare and risky drops, they've got it all. There are also tons of game modes to check out, battles, contracts, and my personal favorite, Upgrade, where you can turn a basic skin into a knife. They also run constant giveaways for those who deposit, with some seriously juicy prizes up for grabs. Plenty of deposit options too, including crypto. And if you use crypto, you will get an extra 3% bonus. And here's the best part, we've got an exclusive promo code for you, News Hub. Enter it on the site or just click the link in the pinned comment, and you will get a 40% bonus to your deposit, top tier drops, and instant cash outs. That's what ForceDrop is about. Check it out and see for yourself. Or do they? Now, another day, another issue with playing CS2. This time, surprisingly, it wasn't Valve's fault, it was FACEIT. At some point, their servers just crashed completely and stayed down for like 8 hours straight. Some people even joked that ESL secretly asked them to shut it down so more viewers would tune in for Iem Cologne Grand Finals. Sure, ESL and FACEIT do have the same owners, but guys, let's be real, that's just some wild conspiracy theories with zero proof. or not. Thankfully, everything's back up and running now, so you can go and grind if you want. Now, you know guys, when it comes to player transfers, everything depends on buyout prices, and some orgs ask for ridiculous amounts. And sure, throwing money at the monitor doesn't always solve things, just ask Falcons. But do you know who donations do work for? Streamers. So recently, Ohnepixel got hit with one of the most unexpected donations ever, live at the arena of Iem Cologne. Out of nowhere, someone lowered a little banner to him from above and stuck to it 50 euros in cash. And guys, the funniest part is that Ohnepixel actually has his donations turned off, so technically this was the only way for someone to send him money. Ohne didn't take the cash, but he did thank the fan for their creativity, and honestly, nothing but respect here. That was pure genius. But Cologne wasn't just memorable for the epic arena, it also marked a total disaster for Vitality. We already covered their broken win streak in the previous episode and the fact that FlameZ dropped just one frag on the deciding map. But today we gotta talk about ZywOo because his performance was shockingly off. For example, across 8 maps, ZywOo only got 22 AWP kills, the lowest AWP frag count he's ever had, you know, at a single event. Yeah, I remind you that this guy is supposed to be the main sniper on the team. Recently, ZywOo's been shifting towards being a more flexible rifler, picking up the AK more often, and while that's worked before, it clearly backfired in Cologne. And it only gets worse, because it was ZywOo's first event where he didn't make it into the top 5 rated players, and in the semifinals he dropped a brutal .63 rating. What actually caused this slump? No one really knows. Maybe they weren't fully back after the player break, or he was just sick or ill or something. Although in an interview, ZywOo himself said that he doesn't understand what went wrong. But if it was an in-game issue, he's confident he would have fixed it. If nothing else, this tournament just gave Vitality a lot more motivation heading into the next event, or heading into this season at all. Speaking of Cologne, ESL just dropped huge news. Next year, Iem Cologne will be a CS2 major. The last time we had a major in Cologne was way back in 2016, where SK Gaming took the trophy with Fallen leading the charge. Now, the first major of 2026 is set to take place from June 2nd to 21st, and ESL promises it will be the biggest and best Cologne event ever. According to ESL, this major will represent everything that makes Iem Cologne so special, but taken to the next level with more match days and more fan interaction than ever before. So my friends, I know it's in a year, but I'm already pretty hyped up. If you are as well, tell us in the comments below. Now, since we're talking about Iem Cologne, it's time to move on to the final of the tournament, which was more important than ever for both teams. For MOUZ, it was because, firstly, they were able to beat their kryptonite in Vitality for the first time, and it was a huge deal. Secondly, for the first time in 15 years, they had the opportunity to win a tournament on home soil, because I remind you, MOUZ is actually a German organization, and the last time MOUZ won a tournament in Cologne was back in 2010 on 1.6, and 6 was still there. For Spirit, the final is no less important. Last year, Donk couldn't win it. Last year, they even dropped out in the last place. In addition, this year they lost 3 out of 4 matches to MOUZ, but it is worth noting that they had a trump card, because every time after roster changes, Spirit won tournaments. When Zontex came, they did it. Then Donk showed up at the Paris du 9 party. And after Shiro came, the team won Iem Katowice, which meant that they had every chance to grab this final together with ZywOo. Now to the map picks. MOUZ chose Mirage, Spirit got Ancient. Next was Nuke as MOUZ's choice, and Spirit decided to try their hands at Overpass, while Train became the decider. So yeah, map number 1, Mirage. The Dragon started started very strongly here. When leading 3-2, Chopper made a huge ace. And then, in a blink of an eye, the first half ended 10-2, with Chopper in the spotlight. Think about who is carrying Spirit right now. Second half, MOUZ tried to come back and won 3 in a row, but this wasn't enough. Spirit closed it out 13-7. Next was Ancient, Spirit's pick. They led again and won the first 4 rounds, but after that, MOUZ woke up. They took 8 in a row and finished the first half in their favor. The Dragons won Pistols in the second half, but after that, MOUZ won 3 more and reached 11-5, an impossible score to come back from, right? However, Spirit were on the roll, and Sertion kinda helped them here. They eventually tied the score, and all of a sudden, in the last round, Torji made a fatal mistake. He just forgot to buy armor, although he had enough money for it. As a result, Spirit took their pick. 2 in the bag, 1 more to go. Next is Nuke. This time, it all started with MOUZ winning the first 3 rounds, but after that, everything just went downhill for them. Torji decided to cosplay Sertion and also made a team kill. Spirit took advantage of this and started to come back. They got 8 straight. Then side switch. MOUZ won 2 more rounds and then gave up 5 in a row and just lost the finals, while ZywOo made a beautiful quadro in the last round, which was clearly remembered by the crowd.
Cologne title, and he's gonna do it! From Spirit to Demons, from the underworld to the top of the world, Team Spirit get their Cologne title!
But I guess Donk's tears after winning the 3rd map will be remembered even more. Wait, what? Donk was going emotional? But why? When he won the major, he just poker-faced and went home, but here he was crying, stressing out after a win. Turns out, as Donk wrote on his Telegram channel afterwards, it was his ultimate dream to win in Cologne. Like, ever since he was a little boy. So that's why. It meant the whole world to him. And obviously, he became the MVP. To sum it up, Donk managed to win 3 most valued CS tournaments in just 18 months: Iem Katowice, Iem Cologne, and a major. In addition, Donk became the 2nd player in terms of rating among the MVPs of Iem Cologne ever. With 1.50, he was just a little short of s1MPLE's record of 1.51. Speaking of GOATs, it took both s1MPLE and ZywOo 6 years to win a Cologne, while only 18 months for Donk. Also, Donk caught up with Nico in MVP awards won in career. Only Kovac got the same 9 awards in 8 years. I mean, Donk. What a player, a generational talent. On a side note, getting away from Donk, here's a fun fact. ZywOo earned more in one tournament than he did previously in his entire career, excluding sticker money. Other Team Spirit players were happy, and Shiro had a fun moment barely lifting the cup. And another interesting thing here is that MOUZ players looked no less happy. Seems that the win over Vitality meant a lot more to them than winning the trophy, which means that they are motivated to win more and raise a trophy above their heads soon. At least they can try to. Iem Cologne was awesome. Friends, thank you for watching and staying with us. Don't forget to hit the like button, to follow the channel, and drop by in the comments below. And I'm not saying goodbye for a long time, my friends. See you soon.